All right, we'll get started. So today, the big question, are you ready? Are you ready for it? So who isn't feeling stressed at the moment? Oh, one person goes off. Fantastic. Because I'd probably want to challenge myself and yourselves and say, actually, the better question is probably, how do you know when your level of stress is too much? Because I think, unlike Zov's enthusiastic, I'm not stressed, to some extent we all are. And it's about how are we coping with that stress, and if that stress is too much, and recognizing that level of stress perhaps not being what is an okay level of stress to be able to cope with. So coping with stress in a healthy way will make you and the people you care about and your community stronger. So it will actually make our school a stronger place and a better place, and our homes a better place if we can cope with stress in a healthy way. We all know people who perhaps don't cope with stress well, whether they make the comments to us that are a bit snappier than usual, whether they become a little bit quieter and a bit more introverted, and then perhaps don't participate as strongly and positively in conversations as normal. So everyone's response is different, but it does impact others and the people around us. So we're responding to the stress at the moment is reflective of so many things. So it's reflective of our background, our social support from our family and friends. Also, if our family and friends are coping as well, our level of stress will be different if our families and everyone are coping okay. But if they're not, then our level of stress is going to go up as well, because we would be needing to support them. Our stress level is also dependent upon finances, our health and our emotional background, the community live in, lots of other factors. And the changes that continue to happen and the ways that we are going to have to continue to, stop the spread of the virus are affecting everyone in some way. So just as a quick revision of some healthy ways to cope with stress, I just wanted to go through them just as a reminder, because it's really easy when you are sort of getting in amongst the day-by-day pressures and feeling stressed to forget about the basic things that we can all do to help mitigate the negative impact of stress. So taking time to unwind. Some of you who are working from home, how are you going to unwind? How are you going to make sure that you turn that computer off, shut that lid, and walk out of the room and go, okay, now I'm home. How can you be fully present and forget about the pressure and stress of work and deadlines? Taking time away from media, from listening to news updates, reading the things on Facebook, or listening to the news stories. Taking breaks from that can be really helpful if you're feeling particularly stressed. Taking care of your body. I've been walking a bit too much lately, and last night my hip was so sore, and I was like, oh no, I've been trying to take care of my body and now it's gone the other way. So, being mindful around what works for you. I've had to remind someone in our team, and she will remain nameless, about taking that time out during the school day and going for a walk. I see a very, very different colleague when she's had that time out and just, absorbed herself in some music, had that walk, come back, she's in a different place, and it's good for her self-care, as well as then obviously contributing to her community around her. Connecting with others, a great way to de-stress, and also connecting with your community. Obviously, communities and how we connect is a little bit different at the moment, but whether that's Webex or Zoom meetings, whatever it is. So how do you know when you reach your limit of stress? How do you know? And that limit is very different for everyone. And how you recognize it and what you see in yourself is obviously going to be individual as well. Um, I know, I know last night I got a little bit short with my family because we had a bird get into our house the other day. It came down the chimney, and apparently our cat was going crazy, and it had marked and left all these feathers on the ceiling. Well, I painted that ceiling, so I was really stressed, and I was very, very snappy. Yeah, the response I got was very much like, "It's a ceiling, Mum. It's okay. You can just, get a ladder and wipe it off the ceiling." But that was just a measure that it was just that extra layer on top of all these other stresses. So, recognizing when we hit that limit is really important, and having conversations with people and checking in with people will help us. Um, you need at this point to be very self-reflective. I think we all need to be reflective. Am I my usual self? Am I having time for people? Am I responding in the way that I would like to respond? And if not, it's about then checking in with someone or doing something about it and taking action. It's okay to say that you're not okay. And the level of stress that everyone is dealing with at the moment is meaning that sometimes we're not okay. So, do you hear it in your conversation? I know I've heard a lot more negativity this term. I think, as I spoke about last week around disappointment, the negativity can be quite consuming, and it's horrible. We're going to have to use masks now, and how will this work? And and I I actually am having to pull myself out of some of those conversations because it's like the process of osmosis. If you're around it too much, it just seeps in. And I think being very aware of that negativity, because otherwise it's just going to feed our stress level. So, being aware, are you slipping into that sometimes, or are you picking it up from others as well? So, as a wellbeing reminder, um, schedule in activities that will build positive learning and positive learning around positive emotions. So, how can you identify, and can you identify 5 things that will genuinely bring a smile to your face? So, what are some things that you can be able to click into in those times? So, if you're feeling as though that process of osmosis and negativity is getting to you, what's something that you could click into or be able to take a moment out just to be able to do? So, for example, it might be watching a funny YouTube clip. It might be a favorite song. It might be, if you're at home, it might be watching some comedy episodes from something that you watch. It might be a game that you play with family or friends, or something online. Um, so have a little think. If you'd like to share, you can just go into the chat mode and just pop up so everyone can get an idea of what it is that gives you that positive emotion. I know spending time with young children is something that I really enjoy. So sometimes I'll FaceTime my great nieces and nephews. Oh, and Nicole, Nicole, did you see what Rebecca showed us then? Beautiful dog. And animals do the same, don't they? They build our positive emotions. So, oh, young children, babies, puppies, you know, kittens, whatever it is, it's just about taking some time out to go, how can I feel good? How can I have a feel good moment? Because there are so many amazing things that are still in our world. So many good things are still happening. And just having that trigger to go, what is it? How can I immerse myself into this positive experience so that I can lift myself out of this stress? It's really, really important to take care of ourselves at the moment, and also to take care of those who we love and those who we work with as well. So, today was just a reminder. yes, it is a stressful time, but be aware when you get to that point of, I'm at that tipping point, I'm getting snappy, I'm a bit short, or I'm just not sleeping, whatever it is. How can you do something about it to be able to click into some positive emotion and to just lift yourself to be able to get through, to be able to see the positive things. So thank you. I'll send out the leaflet that just has a little bit more information, but please do take care of yourself, and it is okay to feel stressed at the moment. That is absolutely natural, but it's not okay if you're feeling consumed by it. And certainly I'm always here to support you all, but also your families and friends, I'm sure, would be willing to listen and to support you, wonderful people. So take care, enjoy your night. Make sure those of you who are at home, put that laptop down and enjoy being at home with your families. So take care. See you.